As a GM, I wonder what your take will be on this when we hear he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks after hurting his shoulder in a dirt bike accident. If you're the GM of the Giants, how do you react to this news?
Yeah, I'm initially blowing a gasket. I'm ticked off about it because he's so critical to the Giants team. I mean, there's no question about that. The ace of the staff, he's their inspirational leader. He has an energy level that everybody else feeds off of, and he's their big winner. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd be angry initially and in disbelief in some part of it. And then you go through that grieving process where there's some sadness, some frustration. At some point, you get to a level of acceptance, but always with a hint of anger there because it bodes the question, what the heck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You've got an entire life once your career's over, do all the dirt biking you want. You don't do it while you're in the middle of a season. You don't do it while you're in the middle of a contract. You don't do it while you're our property. And oh, by the way, it's against your contract as well. So yeah, I'd be pretty ticked off about it. And I can only imagine that they are as well. And now it's kind of like, well, what are we supposed to do? Because nobody has anybody in their farm system they can call up to replace the Madison Bumgarner. He's that important.
Steve, I just wonder about, equity in the bank, if you will, when you win 3 World Series and you're the catalyst, as Mad Bum has been, to win those World Series. Do you go at him with fire and brimstone on this and say, look, you can't do this because you're damaging the team now? Or do you say, I got to give you somewhat of a pass because of what you've done before?
Yeah, well, there's no pass. I think that look, I mean, you'll have the conversation with a level of respect, but if I had known he was doing it before he got hurt, I'd be like, knock it off. What are you doing? You can't do that. We're paying you. Excuse me. It's against your contract. You're too important to our team. You got to stop doing it. Now that it's happened, I'm sure that Madison Bumgarner feels worse than anybody else could make him feel. Right? Bobby Evans and Brian Sabian and Bruce Bochy can come down on him hard. He's already beating himself up because he's a very competitive guy. But this is a moment of stupidity. I mean, it really is, and you just cannot make these kinds of decisions when you're an experienced, mature, veteran leader of a team. And so, yeah, I mean, I would have that sort of tough, hard conversation with him, but I'd also understand he's probably feeling worse than I could possibly ever make him feel.